We're getting into day 3 of creation and the parallels to the year 2001 to the year 3000, which is the third day. And God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together unto one place, and let the dry land appear." And it was so. All right, what did we learn the other day? We learned that the earth was a sky ball, and then the original ocean, which is the ocean under the ocean, became where Satan and his fallen angels had to stay when they got kicked out of heaven. And now the waters are being gathered. Now that word means to bind together, perhaps by twisting, i.e. collect. So at this point, I suspect that God's added a bit more water to make more ocean. So we have the original ocean that's under the ocean, and we now have more waters, which God is going to put the fish of the sea in, right? And now he's creating land. So what do we have here? We have the cursed waters. We learned about that. We have the lava, and that is going to play a pivotal role in the last days. And I'll get into that in a minute. And at this point, he's making rivers and lakes and stuff. And remember that one word means bound, to gather. Sounds like a good time to chain up the angels under the Euphrates River. And God called the dry land earth, and the gathering together of the waters called he seas, and God saw that it was good. Now look, it says now he's calling the dry land earth, where initially earth was the sky ball plus the cursed waters. And now the reference here is the land, not the waters. And God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass and herb yielding seed," follow me, "and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth." And it was so. What could have possibly happened in the third day of creation, the year 2001 to the year 3000? That's when God made the promise to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The promise was for the land. "And I will give unto thee and to thy seed, herb yielding seed, fruit trees and their seed, you see, after thee in the land wherein thou art a stranger, all the land of Canaan, and for an everlasting possession, and I will be their God." And the promise was to Abraham and his seed. And he said, "Your seed will grow like the sands of the earth." You get it? His seed would multiply, and fruit would be born of that. Remembering that the promised land on earth is a parallel to the promised land in heaven on the new earth through the Milky Way. You get it? "And the earth brought forth grass and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself." And that's us, because our seed is in ourselves, and we're fruit, and our first fruits, you get it? After his kind, and God saw that it was good. And the evening and the morning were the third day. It's paralleling the new earth. It's paralleling the rainbow, the Milky Way, the promise that God made to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, to their seed, and talking about the fruit. That's the parallel for the third day. So when God created the land, he also added lava. You get it? The lake of fire at the end times. "And I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea." What is the sea? Remember, so God raises the land, the promised land, out of the waters. He separates the waters. Remember, he added the lava. And the sea, now he's calling the dry land earth. But the sea was separate. So I think what's going to happen, and there was no more sea, is that dry land is going to turn into massive magma lava. Like, that's going to become the lake of fire. And then the sea or the waters will be evaporated. So their thirst will never be quenched, because they will take part in the lake of fire. And anybody that follows Satan, you choose not to go with God, you choose to go with Satan, you choose your inheritance.